Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be doing the first part in a multi-part series for new doulas. This video series is to help new doulas navigate their way through starting a business and learning all the ins and outs, what it is to be a doula, how to make a contract, what you do on prenatal appointments, how to dress for a consultation, and so much more. I wish I had a series like this when I was first starting out on my doula journey, and so I thought I'd make one for you. I have made a few videos like this before on my other channel, Mommy Brain, but because I am here now and because I do feel like I left out so much, I want to start from scratch, make a multi-part series for new doulas right here on this channel. And today I'm going to be talking about how I became a doula, how I became interested and passionate about helping women be successful in their births, and what a doula is and how that differs from, say, a midwife or other birth workers. So I, as a child, had the same outlook of birth that many people have, and that is what the media fed me. I thought that birth was scary or hilarious, and there was no in between. Women were always, their waters would break in one horrifying gush and they'd rush to the hospitals. They'd be yelling at their partners. The first contraction was instant, like excruciating pain, and that everyone always seemed to know when they were in labor, and that was what I believed about birth. And then about the time I was 16 or 17, my mom went through her doula certification program, and that is when I found Ina May's Guide to Childbirth. This is a book written by the mother of modern midwifery, Ina May Gaskin, and in it she details how birth is actually not a scary process. It is physiologically normal, and I didn't have to be afraid, and other women birthing didn't have to be afraid, and I dived into this book. I was enraptured by it. From the birth stories to the techniques to the getting into the mindset and how emotions play into a successful and happy birth experience, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. And that's when I knew this is the type of birth I wanted for myself, when I would one day, many years later, have a child. So fast forward many years later, and I had a child. I knew from that experience, from reading through that book, that that was the kind of birth I wanted. I wanted a birth that was peaceful and empowering and calm and primal, and I was doing a lot of research on how to get that, and I had a really successful, beautiful hospital unmedicated birth, and my baby was huge. He was 9.5 pounds, and it was still a lovely experience because I didn't have fear surrounding childbirth. It was at that time that I realized that I really wanted to help other women not have fearful childbirth. I wanted other women to feel the same empowerment and strength that I did after I had my birth experience. And I wanted that to happen whether they had a birth just like mine or they had a cesarean or an epidural. I wanted to support all women in their birth choices, but I wanted them to be informed. I wanted them to understand all their options. That is when I decided to pursue being a doula. That's when I started finding my certification program, etc., etc. And I will get into that in another video. The next one, actually, I'll talk about doula certification programs. But first of all, I just want to clarify what a doula is. The quick version of this is a doula is a support person. They're not medical. They don't do cervical checks. They don't take blood pressure readings. They don't diagnose or anything like that. They are emotional support. Their primary focus is mom, but they also support everyone and all of her support people. Her partner, any other support people like her mother, sisters, friends, etc. And also siblings. Doulas can be there for live births, or they can be bereavement doulas. Doulas can focus on birth, or they can focus on the postpartum period, and there are doulas who are specifically out there for siblings, which I have done a little bit in my career as a doula. I just wanted to clarify that what a doula is at a birth for is to provide comfort measures, ideas, and really to provide education, because there's a saying that goes, if you don't know what your choices are, you don't have any choices. And that's true. If someone doesn't know that they can push a baby out in other positions besides their back, they don't have any choice but to push on their back. You have to know what your options are to have options. Doulas don't advocate for their clients. That's a common misconception. What they do is they teach clients to advocate for themselves. And that's what's so important to understand. A doula gives her client an awareness of her options so that that client can have the birth that she wants to have. And then in the heat of the moment, the doula can be there to support that client's options. And what the result is a woman who has an empowered birth. Even if things didn't go according to plan, doulas raise the overall happiness with a birth experience. They lower interventions, and they're amazing to have on your birth team. And it's amazing to be in that role. That's an amazing job to have, to be there to support women during the most life-changing days of their lives. So that is what a doula does. That is how I became interested in being a doula. And next time I'm going to be talking about how to find a certification program, and I'll have a few suggestions as well, because I know a lot of people are very overwhelmed by the massive amount of certification programs there are out there, but I'll help you navigate it. So until then, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.